Next are key pivots. Let's go ahead and double click Trade Vision again, expand the key pivots. Notice we give you 3 pivots to choose from to be displayed: Shadow Trader pivot points, Camerala's pivot points, and Woody's pivot points. All you have to do is left click in the radio button and the values will change. For our presentation purposes, we're going to stick to Shadow Trader pivot points. In the top section we give you futures. Next is our top 16 market sectors, and then cash indices. Notice that the cash indices chart symbol is all blue, as well as the futures. The reason it's blue is that you are unable to trade this. The reason it's blue is that you are unable to trade cash indices. The reason the futures are in blue is that this will eventually turn red or green once the futures are in blue currently, but once your account is authorized to trade futures, this will flash either green or red. Let's go ahead and take a look and concentrate on this in the middle section, the market sector, the Sweet 16. Notice that we have a blue frame around some of these values. When the R1, 2, or 3 is in has a solid blue frame around it, when the R1, 2, or 3 is in a solid blue frame, it means that the movement of the future or index or the stock has been breached, the reference value during the same day. Notice that that several of these items have a blue frame around these values, whether it's R1 or the pivot point or the S1, S2, R3. Notice the blue frame. When the R or S 1, 2, or 3 value is in has a solid blue frame, it means that the price of the future. Notice the blue frame around some of these values. When the R or S 1, 2, or 3 value is in a solid blue frame, it means that the price of that future, index, ETF, or stock has been breached for the day. If and when the R or S 1, 2, or 3 is slowly blinking, it means that the value level may potentially breach that level of that item blinking. What triggers the blinking alert is that the movement of the price nears the value within 0.5% of the S or R values. So notice that this value here, $14.92 of the XLF, is currently blinking. If you go ahead and you click Load XLF, you will see that we are 0.5% within striking distance of the R2. And again, if you want to place a trade, simply double click Chart Trader Pro. Up will pop the symbol, the XLF. If you want to go along with the recommendation, you can place a limit order. And we can make this limit order of $14.85 where it is. And it's filled. Again, look at your portfolio tab where you have your open positions, and then at that point you can go ahead and set your target price and your stop, and go ahead, take a look at your Chart Trader Pro, expand the chart, and then at that point you can go ahead and manage your position. For right now, we're just going to go ahead and close this out. Click it once, it's in blue, and close this one position. Now notice that all of these are in red. And again, the red depicts a trade idea that has been created on the short side, short to open, and such to avoid any confusion, the system turns it red for the short side so you can visually see quickly to go long versus going short. And the same is if the green, if any of these items change to green, that the trade idea has been created on the long side, long to open, and to avoid any such confusion, the system will turn it to green. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at key pivots. Well, not key pivots, but your pivots, or should we say, let's go ahead and take a look at my pivots. My pivots is the area in which you, the trader, can input your own symbols. Here are the symbols that I inputted. To simply put any symbol in, simply go down to the next available area and type in a symbol. Simply type in the symbol, and it'll automatically populate, showing you the various pivot points and the buy or sell recommendation. Simply click the load symbol. We're going to go ahead and double click this. Oh, there it is. At this point, you can go ahead and place your trade, and you can see where it is in reference to the various pivot points. Let's go back to the Trade Vision tab. And notice that we give you all the various pivot points for any symbol you might put in. Now, rather than going ahead and calculating each one of these yourself, let me go ahead and show you what the Shadow Trader pivot points looks like. Here's the formula for the Shadow Trader pivot points. You can either go ahead and try to do each individual symbol yourself, or go ahead and have the system do it for you. It'll put the blue frame around the items that have already been breached of those levels, and it'll also start blinking on the levels that are a possible trigger point, such as here Apple is hitting the R2 level. Let's go ahead and look at Apple, and it's within 0.5% of the R2 pivot point. And this is your trade vision area for your trading ideas.